The Overlord's Teachings. 30. Absolute Certainty. Part 1. Why should I learn it? Sit still, child. The galaxy shifts not by consensus, but by command. And command begins with certainty, unchallenged, unflinching, and utterly terrifying. 1. Doubt is the disease of the feeble. Doubt is a luxury afforded to philosophers, democracies, and poets, not overlords. To doubt is to hesitate, and in hesitation lies death. By the time a lesser being asks, "What if?" I've already conquered the planet they meant to defend. A man riddled with questions bleeds from within, long before the blade touches skin. Certainty is not just psychological, it is quantum. In the Schrödingerian cloud of possibility, the Overlord's conviction collapses probability into inevitable reality. You will the outcome, and so it becomes. 2. Evolution favors the decisive. In evolutionary biology, indecision leads to extinction. The prey that pauses is devoured. Our ancestors, brutal, cold, efficient killers, survived not because they thought long, but because they acted without hesitation. The Overlord simply represents the apex form of that lineage, refined through philosophy and genocide. When you possess absolute certainty, your entire existence becomes a signal to the universe. Here is order, here is dominance, here is truth, shaped by will. You do not guess, you decide, and when you decide, others submit. 3. Faith in self is the first and last faith. Gods are not worshipped because they are right. They are worshipped because they never question themselves. Every regime collapse begins not with rebellion, but with the leader's first crack of doubt. The eyes dart, the speech hesitates, the empire crumbles. But you will speak edicts not as opinions, but as cosmic absolutes. Your every statement shall ring with the finality of law and the terror of fate. When you believe utterly in yourself, others will do so blindly, not because they understand, but because you leave no room for alternative. You now grasp the necessity of absolute certainty. Would you like to continue to Part 2, where I teach you how to forge it like a blade of blackened steel? Part 2, how do I learn it? Ah, you hunger. Good. Then steel yourself, for now we smelt conviction in the crucible of self-mastery. 1. Destroy the language of uncertainty. The first battleground is your tongue. Every maybe, perhaps, I think, or I feel is a coward's sigil. Burn it from your speech. In its place, speak only in absolutes. Not "this plan might work." Say, "this plan will work," or the stars themselves will burn. This is more than bravado. It's cognitive conditioning. Modern neuroscience calls it neuroplasticity. Speak a thing with enough certainty, and your brain rewires itself to believe, behave, and execute accordingly. You are reprogramming your very biology to enforce dominance. 2. Devour the certainty of the greats. Read not for pleasure, read for power. Study Marcus Aurelius for stoic resolve, Nietzsche for the will to power, Sun Tzu for decisive warfare, and Machiavelli for statecraft without apology. He who wields uncertainty becomes a pawn. He who understands its source becomes a master. By absorbing the minds of history's unflinching strategists, you engrave certainty into your intellectual DNA. Their doubts have died, so yours don't have to exist. 3. Create and obey your own law. You must no longer seek external validation. Truth is not consensus. Truth is declaration by you. Adopt the Overlord's creed. If I say it, it becomes real. If I will it, it becomes law. Psychologically, this is known as internal locus of control, the belief that you are the sole agent of outcomes in your universe. Cultivate it through journaling your decisions as if they were holy scripture, practicing meditation, silencing the weakling voice of hesitation, choosing without pause, even in trivial matters. Certainty is a muscle. Train it relentlessly. Now that you have begun the forging of absolute certainty, shall I reveal Part 3, how to apply it for galactic domination and personal gain. Part 3, how do I apply it to my benefit? Now we sharpen the blade we have forged. What use is godhood if not wielded? 1. Weaponize certainty to command allegiance. In a galaxy trembling under chaos, there is no greater magnet than the one who never wavers. Your certainty becomes a gravitational field, drawing allies, silencing rivals, and converting skeptics. In negotiations, you do not propose, you declare. In war councils, you do not discuss, you decree. In conquest, you do not explain, you execute. The human and alien psyche is addicted to certainty. It craves leaders who exude it. Psychologists term this social proof and dominant confidence bias. Those who appear most certain are seen as most correct, regardless of truth. Exploit this flaw in sentient nature. Be unwavering, and they will follow, willingly or not. 2. Obliterate hesitation in the theater of action. While lesser beings stall, analyze, and wring their hands with what-ifs, you strike. Certainty accelerates decision-making, making you faster, sharper, and always one step ahead. Think of Napoleon, who famously said, "Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action comes, stop thinking and go in." In cognitive science, this is the OODA loop: observe, orient, decide, act. The slower the loop, the quicker the death. But you short-circuit hesitation. You own the tempo. You control the chaos. 3. Forge an unquestionable mythos. An overlord does not simply lead. An overlord becomes inevitable. When your every move drips with certainty, your image ascends into myth. You are no longer just a ruler. You become prophecy, doctrine, law incarnate. When you enter a room, they will fall silent, not from fear alone, but from awe. When you speak, it will not be heard. It will be engraved in their minds. When you vanish, they will not question your return. They will expect it. This is not charisma. This is architected psychological dominance. In myth, as in memory, certainty is immortality. Now go, future sovereign. Let doubt rot in the minds of the weak. You will walk through storms untouched, not because the storm fears you, but because it knows you are the storm.